Hello, I'm Richard Paul. I'm here with the legendary Matt Heafy from Trivium. Hey Matt, how's it going?
Very good, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Now, this isn't your first time in Luxembourg. How did you like Luxembourg?
That's great. Today I was hoping I'd be able to see some sights, but apparently we're like a 30-minute train ride away from anything. So today I went to the old steel mill, I walked around the bank, that gigantic bank, and I learned a little bit about the history of the town and why it has so much money from the mills and stuff. So I wanted to see old architecture, but unfortunately I couldn't see that this time.
You had now 3 days, I believe, in Europe so far with festivals. So festivals, 2 in Germany, 1 in Holland. How have they been?
Great, we did 2 German festivals, 1 Dutch festival, also a German headliner, a Swiss headliner, and 10 Luxembourg headliner. So everything's been amazing so far.
Fantastic. And obviously there's a bit of contrast between sometimes doing the big sets, like the festivals that you're mentioning, also compared to doing the small sets like maybe tonight, and also compared to things like the Apollo in London. Do you have a preference of which one?
I mean, the festivals are what it takes to bring people to your headlining shows, so you have to play the festivals, do a really great job to bring them to your shows, and hopefully you can go from the clubs up to the halls. It's always nicer to play a headlining set if it's packed. For example, last night was completely sold out, and we were able to play as long as we want for as many people that could be there. So we played for like 90 minutes last night. And the festivals, we usually only can play for like 30 to 45 minutes, so it's not quite as good.
Do you have, out of all venues you've done in the States, South America, Australia, Europe, a favorite?
It's hard. I say pretty much every venue in Japan is always amazing. I'd say a standout, it's not quite a venue, but at least a show, Wacken Open Air is probably one of my favorite things I've ever done to have.
It's a big one.
Really great catering, amazing bands, great dressing room situation, amazing bathroom situation. I know it seems like a funny thing to bring up, but in the US, for example, US versus Europe in a normal club touring circuit, Europe has great dressing rooms, usually bad buses. America has great buses, usually terrible dressing rooms. You can play a place that fits 1,500 or 2,000 people and there's no shower. Whereas you can play a place like in Salzburg where it fits 200 people but there's still a shower and good catering.
Now, you guys are known as the touring beasts in metal.
It's true.
I believe you're doing 10 months this year out of 12 months touring.
Yep.
How do you do that?
Just do it. I mean, I'm so fortunate that our band is able to tour because so many of the bands that we used to support back in the day are bands that we would tour with aren't able to tour anymore. And we're lucky that we can still do this because we love what we do and we're without a doubt better than we've ever been. And for me, it's like we mentioned earlier, like I love to be able to see the sights. Today there wasn't quite as much to see, but there still was something to see. But I know there is stuff, just a little bit of a trip, but today was kind of a busier day that I can go out in the city. But usually on every other day, on days off and stuff, like we're just in Lucerne, Switzerland, and I can spend the whole day going across to see what I need to see and eating what I need to eat.
Do you ever get tired?
Yeah, you do, but so does everybody in their normal job, but ours is a really fun job.
Yeah. I can imagine. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, one other thing I want to mention about as well with regards to the tour is your voice. Now, personally, as a huge Trivium fan, one of my favorite things about Trivium is the voice. I find it very unique. Not just the growling stuff, but also the clean stuff as well. But touring day in, day out, how do you keep your voice good?
I mean, it's a constant learning process and it's a constant struggle, so you have to learn everything that works. Lately, I've learned that I have pretty severe reflux. As most people, I think pretty much all people suffer from some sort of reflux, but there's usually no sign. So just things like I cut myself off from eating or drinking anything aside from water 3 hours before the show. 3 hours before I go to bed, I can't eat 2 hours before I go to bed. Try to not have any beer or liquid or anything.
Yeah.
So you learn little tricks that work for you. Some guys can go up there and smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and not warm up and drink all day and still sound amazing. That's not me. I have to be very health conscious. So a lot of bands that are like, oh, maybe that guy doesn't drink as much as he should on tour, doesn't party. It's because I'm always keeping in mind I have to be responsible for our fans. I have to put on the best show I can.
Of course, prepare. Sure. Okay, brilliant. And one more question to do with each live show that you do. Do you still warm up with John Petrucci's rock discipline?
For guitar, yes. I don't use the entire booklet's worth of stuff, but at least quite a bit of the warm-up stuff and quite a bit of the exercises. Yeah, I got totally memorized, but he recently taught me what he warms up with now, so I use a little bit of the rock discipline and a little bit of what Petrucci uses now.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, I want to know also a bit about general life of being a rock star. Is it like everyone makes it out to be?
I'm definitely not a rock star, and I definitely don't. I mean, for the people that use it in like the term of, yeah, you're in a band that people know, cool. But for that old school term, I think that old school rock star is dead. There are some of them that are still around, but they don't perform very well live, and they don't really have very long I'm talking about that cliche sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's something to talk about finding all the time. Is it? Do you what about having girls always waiting for you to changing rooms afterwards?
No. I mean, I'm married, so I don't do any of that. Like I mentioned earlier, for me to be able to play 90 minutes a day, because we use no click tracks, no backing tracks, none of that, we don't cancel shows. I can't be doing that. I don't like to be around smoke. Yeah, I'll drink and have a good time on days off, or if there's a day off the next day. But if we're on a straight stretch of shows with, whether it's 50 or 50,000 people we're playing in front of, I need to be on top of my game. So our fans come before everybody else.
Yeah, fantastic. And fans really appreciate that, I'm sure. So, and you can see it as well in the performances as well. So you can see the hard work. Excellent. Now, back in 2010, January, you got married to Ashley Howard. What's that like, balancing the sort of performing metal lifestyle, touring all the time with marriage? Does she come with you on tours, or how does it work?
Every single band that most bands nowadays, I guess maybe 50-50, have members that are married or at least in serious relationships. So it's all a matter of how people make it work out. So each person has their own way, and I leave my family thing is, it's all interconnected in one lifestyle and one life for me. But I've got my band life out here, and then when I'm home, and anytime that I can have family out with me, then that's how you make it work. So each person has a different way of making it work.
Last little bit, also, like you said, you're going to London as the next venue after tonight. For you guys, I've read that you said that in 2005 the show then was the show that really put you on the platform, the world platform in the metal stage. So is that a really special venue for you? Is it something that you always look forward to?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, without that show, I think that the world wouldn't have taken notice of our band. So it was thanks to that initially, and I think Wacken Open Air reopened the gates for us in territories around Germany. Okay. And I think that even Wacken Open Air's effects can be seen here, I think, from that performance. But yeah, this year Dublin will be our best performance in Dublin.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I was there, like I said, also in 2006.
Yeah, we were okay that year. 05 we were really good, and this year we were even better.
I thought it was really good as well. So, I also saw you in London in 2007 at the Apollo. For me, I've also seen you in Australia as well. The London Apollo show for me was amazing. Absolutely
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, hopefully you're here today.
I will be here.
This will be the best one you've seen.
Fantastic.